The auction hall was massive, built inside a floating station above a dying star. It was a place where the most powerful beings in the galaxy gathered to buy and sell things that should not exist. Weapons, ships, artifacts. Anything was for sale if the price was right. The air was thick with tension as different species sat in their private viewing booths, whispering in their strange languages. Among them, Evelyn Carter, a 13-year-old human girl, sat alone. She was small compared to the towering aliens around her, her brown hair tied back in a simple ponytail. She did not belong here, yet here she was, holding a bidding device in her hands. Her father, a famous scavenger, had always told her, if you see something unusual at an auction, it's either worthless or priceless. There is no in-between. He had disappeared years ago, leaving her to survive in a galaxy that cared little for a lone human child. But Evelyn was smart, and she had learned how to outthink those who underestimated her. Tonight, she had come with a plan: to bid on something cheap, sell it later, and make a profit. But as the auction went on, nothing seemed right. Everything was too expensive or too dangerous. Warships that could destroy moons, weapons that could melt planets. Even the richest traders hesitated before bidding. Then, Lot 847 appeared. A long, dark ship was displayed on the massive holoscreen above. It was old, covered in strange markings, and had no listed history. The auctioneer, a reptilian alien with golden robes, coughed before speaking. This vessel has no recorded owner, no records in any galactic database, no confirmed origin. But, as per auction rules, abandoned ships are fair game. The bidding starts at... He paused. 1,000 credits. Silence. 1,000 credits. That was nothing. The room was still. The most powerful warlords and traders in the galaxy sat motionless. No one raised their bidding device. They all knew something was wrong. Evelyn's heart pounded. Why was no one bidding? Even a rusted escape pod sold for more than this. Something about the ship felt important. It was a risk. But her father's words echoed in her mind. It's either worthless or priceless. She tapped her device. 1,000 credits, the auctioneer announced. His voice echoed strangely in the hall. Every alien turned to look at her. Eyes, black, red, glowing, reptilian, all focused on the tiny human girl sitting in the back row. For a moment, there was silence. Then the auctioneer cleared his throat. No further bids. He waited, but no one spoke. Sold. The ship belongs to the human girl. Evelyn's hands tightened around the device. She had won. But as soon as the auction ended, galactic emergency alerts flashed across the room. WARN. Unauthorized purchase. DET East DED. HFY ACTIVAKE. Somewhere far above the station, something stirred. Evelyn had no idea, but the ship she had just bought was awakening. Evelyn stood in the docking bay, staring up at her new ship. It was massive, sleek, and covered in strange symbols. The surface was dark, not metal but something smoother, almost like liquid frozen in time. It didn't look like any human or alien design she had ever seen. She swallowed hard. What had she just bought? The moment she had won the auction, chaos had erupted. Security alarms went off, traders panicked, and the auctioneer refused to look her in the eyes. She had barely made it out before the station locked down. Something about this ship scared them. Now, standing before it, she felt that same fear creeping into her mind. She took a deep breath. No turning back now. A small hiss sounded as a ramp extended from the ship's belly. The entrance had no visible buttons or control panels. It just knew she was there. That sent a shiver down her spine, but she stepped inside anyway. The moment she crossed the threshold, the ship came alive. Dim blue lights flickered on, revealing a dark corridor stretching into the unknown. The air smelled crisp, not stale like an abandoned ship should. The floor was smooth, humming faintly beneath her boots. Then she heard it. Welcome, Pilot. Evelyn froze. The voice was deep, mechanical yet strangely human. It echoed through the halls, as if the ship itself had spoken. She glanced around, heart pounding. Who said that? I am the AI of this vessel. You are now recognized as its rightful owner. Her hands clenched into fists. Owner? You mean? I actually own you. Correct. She exhaled sharply. This was insane. Advanced warships always had AI, but they were bound to military protocols. No ship should be accepting her as its commander. She moved further inside, passing through a wide corridor. Strange panels lined the walls, pulsing faintly. She reached a central chamber, a vast control room, with a single floating chair in the middle. A curved screen above it displayed endless streams of unknown symbols. Evelyn touched the chair. The symbols shifted into English. Her stomach twisted. Before she could think, the AI spoke again. Warning. Multiple incoming transmissions. The ship's activation has been detected by hostile forces. Her breath caught. Someone was coming. A screen flashed before her, showing a map of the sector. Red blips were moving toward her. Fast. Who's after me? She whispered. The AI's response made her blood run cold. Every major faction in the galaxy. Evelyn's hands tightened around the armrest of the command chair as the red blips on the screen multiplied. Dozens of ships. No, hundreds. And they were all heading straight for her. Her heart pounded. This was impossible. The auction had ended less than an hour ago. How could every major faction already be converging on her? What had she gotten herself into? The AI's voice was calm, almost indifferent. Incoming transmissions detected. Would you like to answer? Evelyn swallowed. They knew she was here. There was no use in hiding. Put them through. At once, several holograms flickered into the air before her. Alien warlords, human admirals, and crime bosses, all glaring at her. A reptilian commander snarled, his golden eyes burning. Child, you have no idea what you've just stolen. A cold, calculating voice followed. Surrender the ship immediately. The speaker was a human general from the Terran Dominion. His uniform was crisp, his expression unreadable. That vessel does not belong to you. Evelyn crossed her arms, forcing herself to stay calm. Funny, the auction house seemed to think otherwise. A cybernetic alien clicked its metal jaw. The auction was a trap. You were never meant to leave with that ship. Evelyn felt her stomach tighten. A trap. She thought back to the auctioneer's fear, the sudden alarms, the panicked traders. The ship was never meant to be sold. So why was it there? The reptilian warlord growled. One last chance, human. Power down your engines and prepare for boarding. Evelyn clenched her jaw. They weren't going to let her walk away. She turned to the AI. How strong are our weapons? Classified. What? She snapped. I own this ship, don't I? Correct. Then tell me what we have. The AI paused. Then, for the first time, its voice sounded almost amused. This vessel's weapon systems exceed galactic regulations. There are no accurate comparisons. Evelyn's breath hitched. No accurate comparisons. That meant this ship was something else entirely. On the hologram, the Terran general leaned forward. Girl, you have no idea what that ship can do. If you activate it, you will make an enemy of the entire galaxy. Evelyn stared at them. Threats, demands, lies. They were all afraid. Not of her, of the ship. She took a deep breath, then looked at the AI. Can we fight? Yes. She turned back to the fleet commanders. Her next words sent a chill through the air. Then come and get me. The moment Evelyn spoke, the fleet reacted. Dozens of ships surged forward, weapons charging. Evelyn gripped the chair as warning alarms blared across the bridge. This was real. She was about to fight the most powerful fleets in the galaxy, with no experience, no plan, and only an AI to guide her. The AI's voice remained steady. Enemy weapons are locking on. Incoming missiles detected. Her stomach twisted. This is insane. She wasn't a soldier. She was just a kid. But if she surrendered, she knew what would happen. They wouldn't let her go. She took a deep breath. AI, defend the ship. Understood. Then the ship moved. Not like any ship she had ever seen. It didn't just turn or accelerate. It vanished. The enemy fleet hesitated. Where did she go? In a flash, the ship reappeared behind the nearest battleship. Its cannons hummed. A single blast tore through the enemy shields like they were nothing. The battleship exploded instantly. Evelyn's eyes widened. That wasn't normal. The enemy fleet panicked. Ships scrambled to reposition. Some broke formation. Others fired wildly in every direction. They had never seen a ship move like this. The AI's voice remained calm. Target eliminated. Next. Evelyn hesitated. This wasn't just advanced technology. This was something else. The reptilian warlord's voice crackled over the comms, filled with rage. What is that ship? Evelyn didn't answer. The ship flickered again, disappearing and reappearing between enemy vessels, striking with impossible speed. One ship after another fell. In minutes, the battle was over. The remaining ships fled. Even the mighty Terran Dominion turned back. Evelyn exhaled, her hands trembling. She had just won her first battle. But one terrifying thought lingered in her mind. This ship was too powerful. What had she just unleashed? Evelyn sat in the captain's chair, her hands still trembling from the battle. The bridge was eerily quiet, except for the steady hum of the ship's systems. She had won. But how? The AI spoke, breaking the silence. Analysis complete. You should review the ship's original records. She hesitated. Why? Because this vessel was not meant to be owned by any species in the galaxy. A cold chill ran down her spine. She tapped the console, and a hidden archive appeared. The files were ancient, far older than any known galactic civilization. She skimmed through them, her heart pounding. This wasn't just an advanced warship. It was a relic of a forgotten age, a ship designed by an unknown race that vanished eons ago. But then she saw something that made her breath hitch. The ship wasn't just lost. It had been hidden. Buried beneath layers of classified files was a single chilling warning. This vessel must never be activated. It defies the laws of physics, war, and reason itself. Should it awaken, the balance of the galaxy will be shattered. Evelyn's blood ran cold. She had unknowingly unleashed something forbidden. And now, every major power in the galaxy knew it existed. They wouldn't stop hunting her. The AI spoke again. Multiple fleets are converging on our location. Their weapons are fully armed. Her heart pounded. The galaxy had just realized what she possessed. And now, they were coming to take it. Evelyn barely had time to process the ship's forbidden origins before alarms blared across the bridge. Incoming fleets detected. Hostile intent confirmed, the AI announced. She swallowed hard. How many? All of them. The holographic display lit up, showing an impossible sight. Every major galactic power had arrived. The Zavanti Imperium, the Trackroll Dominion, the United Galactic Coalition. Even sworn enemies had put aside their wars to destroy her. A transmission came through. A stern-faced alien general appeared on the screen. Human, power down your ship and surrender immediately. Evelyn's hands clenched into fists. And if I don't? The general's eyes darkened. Then we will erase you from existence. Her stomach twisted. She wasn't a soldier. She was just a kid who had made a bad purchase at an auction. How did it come to this? She turned to the AI. Can we fight them all? A pause. Then the AI responded. No, but they cannot fight us either. Her breath caught. What did that mean? The AI continued. This ship is beyond their understanding. Their weapons will not work as expected. Their strategies will fail. The general on the screen grew impatient. Final warning, human. Evelyn took a deep breath. She had a choice. Surrender and let them destroy the ship, or prove to the galaxy why they feared it. She placed her hand on the control panel. AI, activate full combat mode. The AI's voice was almost amused. Are you certain? Once activated, there is no turning back. Evelyn's eyes hardened. Let's show them why this ship was never meant to be found. Outside, the void of space crackled with energy. And for the first time in galactic history, an entire armada trembled. The moment Evelyn activated full combat mode, the ship came alive. Engines roared, shields flared with an otherworldly glow, and the ship's hull shimmered like liquid metal. The enemy fleets moved first. Thousands of warships opened fire at once. A storm of plasma, missiles, and energy beams tore through space, all aimed at her. But the impossible happened. The attacks vanished before reaching the ship. The blasts were absorbed, redirected, or simply phased out of existence. A deep, unsettling silence spread across the battlefield. Then the AI spoke. Shall we return fire? Evelyn hesitated. If she fired, she wouldn't just be fighting back. She'd be declaring war on the entire galaxy. The communication screen blinked. A new transmission, a different alien, an elder of the Galactic Council, appeared. His face was filled with fear. Human, stop. We were wrong. We did not know what you had found. Evelyn narrowed her eyes. And now that you do. The elder exhaled shakily. Now we understand. That ship is not just a weapon. It is a relic, a force beyond us all. Whispers spread among the enemy fleets. Panic, realization, fear. Evelyn felt the weight of it. This ship could rewrite everything. The balance of power, the future of the galaxy. She exhaled and turned to the AI. Deactivate weapons. The ship powered down. The battle was over before it even began. The alien fleets, once ready to destroy her, now backed away. One by one, they warped out of the system, too afraid to challenge what they didn't understand. Evelyn slumped in her chair. She had survived. But the galaxy would never be the same again. And as she stared at the endless stars, one thing was clear. She wasn't just a girl with a ship anymore. She was now the most powerful force in the universe.